Good evening, it's 6 p.m. Let's read one more. I just finished reading the Cessna 182 Skyline, the Skyline there, and let's read about the 206 Stationair. They still sell it. I made a read again list. So that's like 10 pages. I'm recording some video in English and Danish. I'm talking about the aircraft, so this video is not about this. This video is about I'm going to read this. And we have the new Danish news in half an hour, I like to see. So I will just go to my badge. Sound is 50, so let's read this. So I have to check my cell phone, but this aircraft is much better for traveling because the payload is much higher. If you have full fuel, full load of fuel, the payload is much higher, like 400 kilos. The Cessna 172 only had like a little bit more than 200 kilos of payload with full fuel. So this aircraft is much better for small family and traveling.
Cessna 206, Cessna 205. 206 and 207 Cessna.206H.Stationair2.ARC.jpg 2000 model Cessna 206H Stationair all-light aircraft manufacturer Cessna introduction 1962 206 status in production primary user of Alaska produced 1962, 1986 and 1998 present number built over 8,509 as of approximate 2006 developed from Cessna 210. The Cessna 205, 206 and 207, known primarily as the Stationair, and marketed variously as the Super Skywagon, Skywagon and Super Skyline, are a family of single-engined, general aviation aircraft with fixed landing gear, used in commercial air service as well as for personal use. The family was originally developed from the popular retractable gear Cessna 210 and produced by the Cessna Aircraft Company. The line's combination of a powerful engine, rugged construction and a large cabin has made these aircraft popular bush planes. Cessna describes the 206 as a sport utility vehicle of the air. These airplanes are also used for aerial photography, skydiving and other utility purposes. They can also be equipped with floats, amphibious floats and skis. Alternatively, they can be fitted with luxury appointments for use as a personal air transport. From 1962 to 2006 Cessna produced 8,509 aircraft in 205, 206 and 207 variants. The aircraft remains in production. Development. Cessna 205. The 205 kept the 210 cowling bulge. The Cessna 205 was introduced late in 1962 as a 1963 model year. The six-seat aircraft was essentially a Cessna 210 with fixed landing gear and with changes to the crew and passenger door arrangement, being officially designated by Cessna as a Model 210-5.1. The 205 retained the early 210S engine cowling bulge originally where the 210 stowed its nose wheel on retraction. This distinctive cowling was made more streamlined on the later Cessna 206. The 205 is powered by a Continental IO470S engine producing 260 HP, 190 kilowatts. 2 The 205 was produced in only two model years, 1963 and 1964, before being replaced in production by the Cessna 206. A total of 576 Cessna 205s were produced. 2. Cessna 206. The six-seat Model 206 was introduced as a 1964 model and was built until 1986, when Cessna halted production of its single-engined product line. It was then reintroduced in 1998, 2, and remains in production. 3. There were many sub-variants, including the U206, P206 all certified to Car 3 standards and later 206 certified to FAR Part 23. The total Model 206 production between 1964 and 2004 was 6,581 aircraft. 2. Cessna U206. U206 with large clamshell rear door. The original 1964 model was the U206, powered by a 285 HP, 213 kilowatts, Continental IO520. The U designation indicated utility, and this model was equipped with a pilot side door and large clamshell rear door serving the back two rows of seats, allowing easy loading of oversized cargo. 2. There was a TU206 turbocharged version powered by the Continental TSIO520C engine, producing 285 HP, 213 kilowatts. After 1967, the turbo TU206 was powered by a TSIO520F of 300 HP, 220 kilowatts. The extra 15 HP, 11 kilowatts, was obtained by turning the engine at a higher RPM, and was allowed for only 5 minutes. 2. Due to the large propeller diameter, the additional engine speed meant that the propeller tips were pushed to transonic speeds, which required much more power. From 1964 to 1969, the U206 was known as the Super Skywagon. From 1970, it was named the Stationair, a contraction of Station Wagon of the Air, which is a good description of the aircraft's intended role. Subvariants were designated U206 to U206G. 2. In 1977, the U206 had its engine upgraded to a Continental IO520F of 300 HP, 220 kilowatts, continuous rating, obtained at a lower speed than the previous IO520F, and the TU206 power plant was changed to TSIO520M, producing 310 HP, 230 kilowatts. 2. Production of all versions of the U206 was halted in 1986 when Cessna stopped manufacturing all piston-engined aircraft. A total of 5,208 U206s had been produced. 2. Cessna P206. The P206 was added to the line in 1965. In this case the P stood for passenger, as the P206 had passenger doors similar to the Cessna 210 from which it was derived, on both sides. 2. The P206 was produced from 1965 to 1970 and was powered by a Continental IO520 of 285 HP, 213 kilowatts. There was a turbocharged model designated TP206 which was powered by a Continental TSIO520 also of 285 HP, 213 kilowatts. 2. P206 with passenger doors. Production of the P206 amounted to 647. The name Super Skyline made it sound like a version of the Cessna 182, which it was not. Subvariants were designated P206 to P206E. 2. Cessna 206H. T206H with large clamshell cargo doors. T206H with floats. After a production hiatus of 12 years, Cessna started manufacturing a new version of the venerable 206 in 1998, with introduction of the newly certified 206H.2. The H model is generally similar to the previous U206 configuration, with a pilot entry door and a rear double clamshell door for access to the middle-leaned back seats. The H is marketed under the name Stationair. The 206H is powered by a Lycoming IO540 AC1, a power plant producing 300 HP, 220 kilowatts. The turbocharged T206H is powered by a Lycoming TIO540H1, engine of 310 HP, 230 kilowatts. 2. Even though the Cessna 206H is certified as a 6-seat aircraft in its country of origin, the Canadian Aviation Regulator, Transport Canada, has certified it to carry only 5 people in Canada. This is due to concerns about passenger egress through the rear clamshell door with the flaps extended. Cessna addressed one part of this problem early on, after a flight test aircraft was damaged when the pilot extended the flaps while taxiing, and his passenger had the clamshell door open, for ventilation. It was a hot summer day. A switch was added to the flap actuation circuit which disabled the flaps when the doors were open. The other part of the problem is that if the flaps are already down, the passenger must perform the complicated procedure of opening the front part as far as possible, about 8 in, 20 centimeters, then open the rear door and release the spring-loaded rear door handle so it retracts out of the way. This then gives a clearance to open the rear part of the door fully for egress. 4. Both the 206H and the T206H remain in production in 2013. By the end of 2004, Cessna had produced 221-206Hs and 505 T206Hs, for a total production of 726 H models. 2. Cessna has indicated that they do not intend to produce a P206 configuration aircraft in the future, due to lack of market demand. Cessna 207. The 207, stretched by 45 in, 114 centimeters. The Model 207 was a 7 and later 8-seat development of 206, achieved by stretching the design further by 45 inches, 114 centimeters, 5, to allow space for more seats. The nose section weighs extended 18 inches, 46 centimeters. By adding a constant section nose baggage compartment between the passenger compartment and the engine firewall, the aft section was extended by 27 inches, 69 centimeters, 6, by inserting a constant area section in the fuselage area just aft of the aft wing attach point. Thus the propeller's ground clearance was unaffected by the change. The nose wheel had moved forward the same distance as the propeller, but the tail moved aft relative to the main wheel position, which made landing, without striking the tail skid on the runway, a greater challenge. The move gave that airplane a larger turning radius, since the distance between main wheels and nose wheel increased by 18 inches, 46 centimeters. But the nose wheel's maximum allowed deflection was not increased. The 207 was introduced as a 1969 model featuring a Continental IO520F engine of 300 HP, 220 kilowatts. A turbocharged version was equipped with a TSIO520G of the same output. 2. At the beginning of production the model was called a Cessna 207 Skywagon. But in 1977 the name was changed to Stationair 7. 1977 also saw a change of engine on the turbocharged version to a Continental TSIO 520M producing 310 HP, 230 kilowatts. the same engine used in the Tu-206 of the same vintage. 2. The 207 added a seat in 1980 and was then known as the Stationair 8. Production of the 207 was completed in 1984, just 2 years before U-206 production halted. A total of 626 Cessna 207s were manufactured. 2. The Cessna Model 207 has been popular with air taxi companies, particularly on short runs where its full seating capacity could be used. Very few of these aircraft have seen private use. Modifications. 207 with solo turbine conversion. In April 2007, the alert announced that the European Aviation Safety Agency had granted a supplemental type certificate, STC, for conversion of Cessna 206s to the alert V8 diesel power plant. The STC allows conversion of the following models: U-206F and Tu-206F with the 300 HP, 220 kilowatts, power plant, and U-206G, Tu-206G, 206H and T-206H with the 310 HP, 230 kilowatts, version. 7. This modification does not require any changes to engine cowling. In May 2008, the alert entered insolvency proceedings, so the future availability of this diesel conversion is uncertain. 8. Solo Aviation Solutions offers a turboprop conversion for some 206/207 models with the 418 shp, 312 kilowatts, Rolls-Royce /Allison M250 engine /gearbox package. However, extensive engine cowl modifications are required. 9. Atlantic Aero offers an FAA STC conversion to the Continental IO 550 power plant. No cowl modifications are required. 10. Both Kenmore Air, ADO floats, and Whip-Air, Whipline floats, offer seaplane conversions. 11. 12. Variants. U-206 Instrument Panel 205, Model 210-5, Original 205 Model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO 470S of 260 HP, 194 kilowatts, with a gross weight of 3,300 pound, 1,497 kilograms. Landplane and certified on the 14th of June, 1962 as a variant of the Cessna 210.1, 2050, Model 210-50, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO 470S of 260 HP, 194 kilowatts, with a gross weight of 3,300 pound. T206H Classic Instrument Panel Garmin G1000 Glass Cockpit in a 206H, 1,497 kilograms, landplane and certified on the 19th of July, 1963 as a variant of the Cessna 210.1, 206 Original 206 Model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO 520 of 285 HP, 213 kilowatts, with a gross weight of 3,300 pound, 1,497 kilograms, landplane, 3,500 pound, 1,588 kilograms, seaplane and certified on the 19th of July 1963. 13. U-206 Super Skywagon First U-206 Model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO 520 of 285 HP, 213 kilowatts, with a gross weight of 3,300 pound, 1,497 kilograms. Landplane, 3,500 pound, 1,588 kilograms. Seaplane and certified on the 8th of October 1964. 13. P206 first P206 model, 6 seats. Powered by a Continental IO 520 of 285 HP, 213 kilowatts, with a gross weight of 300 pound, 1,497 kilograms, land plane, 3,500 pound.